Okie dokie. This video is representing my show and tell for my 3D uh, procedural generator. I have it wired up through Comfy UI. It's running right here. Where's Comfy at? So here is the wiring process. We start with some inputs. We go through a mesh generation phase, and it has some correction in there. And we have a refiner, which is like the main correction. And then we have texturing. And then we get an output from an image. So from whatever images we input, I'll do one live here in the flesh. So go here, and then I actually had an idea for an image I wanted to try. It exists off in the distance here. Playground. The Hunter's Worlds. Server transport, assets, terrain. Oh no, we don't want terrain. Flora, plants, and we'll go with. Oh, these are GLB files. Crap. These are all GLB files. I can't use those. So instead, we'll go back to downloads. And I'll just use this tree. I'm hoping that it works because it's already transparent. I haven't done any with any backgrounds that are already transparent, so it'll be interesting if this works anyways. Live run here, so it's starting the workflow. It's gonna end up over here, but for now let's go into this viewer and we'll look at some of the previous generations that I've got. And so these are all on like the lowest quality settings, for lowest sample settings for the mesh, lowest textures, lowest number of vertices, samples that it can possibly do while maintaining the shape. This system works off a voxelized system like Minecraft cubes, and then it ray marshes, or it doesn't ray marsh, excuse me, cube marshes across this, turning it into a coherent, like an SDF field, a coherent single mesh that's not blocky. And then it, I don't actually know how it's texturing it. I have it set right now to use 4 separate concatenal images here. I don't think it has any from the top or from the bottom. I think there are like 4 diagonal images or something. I'm not sure. I just have it set to 4. I don't know what angles they are. It says 90 degrees apart in the settings. But either way, these you put in an image, and I'll show you the image that. I'll show you the image here. Downloads. So this is the image here. It's just a fixed image. An image generator generated it for me, and in fact I generated 256 of these different monsters on a single image sheet. So, and I can generate more. So when it comes to like insects, I can generate like unreliably this many in a group. You can see it leaves a lot of them empty, which is easily detectable. The worst problem is it does get some similarity in some of them, which is actually fine. But those are, it's a 4K texture. So as for insects in a game, they're actually good enough resolution, each one of these, for insects. If I go back in here, more reliably than that, I can go 16 by 16. It will fill this in every single time. 16 by 16, and it'll give me an array of different insects. And if I'm specific about what type of insects I want, it'll be specific. I wasn't specific in any of these tests that I'm showing you. I was in some of these here. I can't see it myself in the thumbnail. Nope, that's a failed test. Still parsable, but a failed test. Here we go. Here's I don't know. I can't find it, but you can see that I can generate numerous of these in a single image generation, and they're good quality even when you zoom in on them. And then the system automatically cuts them out. I keep them together, but at different points in my pipeline, they automatically get cut out, and they also get automatically cut out so they can be used individually without having to cut them out within the pipeline as well. Kind of like a cache. Just notice my brother's online. So anyways, these cutouts of these images are decent quality for bugs. If I go 8 by 8, they're decent quality for small critters, and for main creatures, I can also do 8 by 8. They're actually decent quality for main creatures as well, especially using some temporal upscaling within the game, which is extremely common for most textures inside of game development today. Anyways, what you end up in the end is with this guy, and then what you do is you auto assign a skeleton to it, and then whatever engine you're using, if it's compatible with it, which Babylon is compatible, it will use reverse or inverse kinematics to give this thing motion while it's moving in game, so it can actually walk with its feet, and its arms might sway around, and these might move around a little bit. And there's different tools and pipelines to give your character different animations and things like that, but I'm more concerned with just the inverse kinematics in the skeletal structure, so that way they can all walk around with low effort. And so let's look at some more. This was a test on a UI image that I did. This was a test on a game controller I did because I wanted to see how it handled straight geometries. And yeah, it's actually not bad. The green would get replaced with its own texture, and then you would do an RRT or an RTT, which is a render to texture method, where you would render your minigame on here, and this would exist on your actual ship. It did get some buttons wrong, but keep in mind that I have the samples, the token count, and everything down to less than 1% of what is recommended. So it's and that's just so I can get fast generations for fast turn time, and it matches the theme of the game. And it's also for testing, so we can see, while we're testing, hey, where's this thing have its pitfalls? Which types of things need more scrutiny? That type of stuff. Moving on here, there's more tests I did. I tried to do my face. It did not remove the background reliably, and it just did this, which is just, I thought it was maybe like the demon within me or something. I don't know. Another test of something I did that wasn't a 3D object. Here is a weird alien looking kryptonite asteroid looking thing. Could be a dust speck, could be something that you mine. I just grabbed the image and sent it through so I could see how good it did, and it freaking did really good. I really like that. Let's go ahead and keep going here. This is a more high definition one of some ore. So all I did, obviously was send in the image. Now the image I sent in was 4K, but it's being dropped down so low that this is not 4K here. In fact, you can see the little poly edges and whatnot. But that's okay because I'm zoomed really big in on this right now. And also, it's better than just having 2D. Like this is pretty good for procedural. I'm not gonna lie. It's even got the generating the PBRs. Man, I keep finding fucking ants on me. Keep finding fucking ants on me. Yeah, so sorry, I got a text message and I've been spinning around that while I read it. Let's go next here. My little butterfly creatures. Now this one does have some holes in it. That one's not a hole, I don't think. But it is a white untextured area. There are some holes over here. I can see inside. I can see the inside moving. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by ants. My crawl space is flooding. This was an experiment. I put in one of those tile sets that I showed you. I put in a whole tile set, and it kind of blended everything together. Fun little experiment. Um, another asteroid chunk. Oh, another creature. These floating things, I can get rid of them, but I left them on because I was experimenting with trees. Freaking little mushroom guy. Got some mushroom camouflage and or real mushrooms growing on him as camouflage. This dude, low textures. Remember, they're low resolution textures, but still cool. Still cool. He's a mutant version. That's directly incorporated into the games. Mutant creatures versus non-mutant creatures. It has a game dynamic. This pig did not turn out. The things you see on his back are not what it was supposed to look like. So, this one was a fail, actually. And it's because I have the poly turned down so low it couldn't capture the fine detail of what was coming off his back, which are these beautiful poison sacs. Fucking ants. What the fuck? And then I got another mutant here. He's got a leg connected to a leg. He's supposed to have 6 legs, but one's connected. So, he's got some spikes on his back, big, strong, muscular tail, a jaw that would probably sink in and never let go. Definitely a cool little creature. He's one of my favorite creatures. This one has like, it's like an alien turtle, but instead of a shell, it's like a rocky texture to it, and is I'd imagine that these aren't plants, but these are like actual functional like skin or like some sort of growth on its body as camouflage. But this thing, it just looks really cool. Looks like it's not very predatory like, but has a lot of defense, um, and can blend in well and maybe be really good during battles for like getting a sit rep or something, getting a situational awareness. But and then we'll go back and we'll see what's happening in our comfy here. And it did not it's a failed test, do the tree correctly. It has broken it down into a flat plane. And I know it's because of this transparency, so we're gonna go ahead, we'll come in here and I'll do one of these other trees. I guess I'll do this one right here. And then we'll press run, and I'll see you in a moment.